I come in. One of my major responsibilities with the company is to basically go to the contractors, municipalities, etc., and train them on how to install the products. We discuss situations which may occur in the field, such as water infiltration, the roots, things like that. We go in, basically clean the pipes first, and then we can go ahead and proceed with our process with sealing the pipe up 100%.
I'd like to add to that, Doug, is that what we do, Permaliner as a company, we get in contact with residential, say, drain cleaning companies, municipalities, government agencies, and what they'll do is they'll come to us and say, how do we get involved with using your product? And what we'll do is, if it's a residential client, I'm sorry, if it's a residential drain cleaning company, such as a plumbing company, franchise, whatever it may be, we will go out and train them on how to install this, and that's where Doug comes in. Doug goes out with his team and helps these people train on installing these products. We don't necessarily install the products ourselves.
Okay. Your customers, your clients, as you pointed out, they come to you, I mean, obviously they're all over the country at this point, and even
all
beyond.
over the world.
How do they find out about you?
We do a lot of marketing. We have a marketing department.
Trade shows.
Trade shows, do extensive markeing on inside the trade show, website search engines, yes.
Well, we're going to have your marketing director up here in a couple of minutes to talk a little bit about that effort. And we'll also find out specifically who are the prime clients that you serve, and learn a lot more about the story of this company that is, you're really onto something very big here. This is an amazing story about an amazing product, and we'll be right back in just a moment. We're continuing now with our examination of this company called Permaliner Industries, Inc., headquartered in Largo, Florida. Our guests, we're pleased to be joined now by Morgan Truart, who's the Director of Marketing for the company, and still here with us is Doug McCullough, who's the Director of Operations. Morgan, let me turn to you for a few moments and talk about the marketing of this. What kind of response do you get from companies and cities and communities that hear about what this product can do? I mean, is it a hard product to market?
No, I wouldn't say so. You know, our marketing efforts include everything from obviously the trade shows.
Right.
We have customized literature, customized websites for all of our installers. We have very heavy marketing tactics to pull them in, you know, for support. And we've also started our new internet marketing campaign, the search engine optimization, basically pulling in leads for us as a manufacturer and also passing them along to our installers around the world.
Do you find to make a sale of this product, it's necessary for the client to come to you to actually see how it works? Or do you have distributors around the country who sell this, or is it all direct sale, direct with you?
We have some pilot distributors across the United States, actually 5 other distributors as well, satellite distributors if you would.
Right.
So with that, if we were, for example, having to ship product to a further distance, we can save time and money to the installers or to the contractors by having these satellite offices set up. So it benefits not only us with handling the demand and having the supply there in a timely manner and a cost-effective manner, but it also helps the client.
Well, that's very good. I know there's some really unique stories and situations that the company has dealt with. Let's just run down the list of them because they sound pretty interesting. First off, tell me about dealing with the Battle of Hanover. Hanover, Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, that was a unique project. In Hanover, Pennsylvania, there's a square, a park dedicated to the Battle of Hanover, which was the day before the Battle of Gettysburg. With that, there's a national monument in this square in the central part of the town, and it's a equestrian structure.
Statue?
Yes, it's an equestrian structure. And with that, they moved it several years ago, but it was deteriorating over time. So rather than moving it again, when they did move it initially, they found out that there was an actual lateral line right below where they moved this structure to the northeast corner of this park. With that, and without taking the risk of having to move it again and further damage to this unit, we were able to go in with our local contractor and reline this existing hose pipe with our product and salvage the fact that they did not have to take the risk of moving this equestrian structure and causing any more damage. So the local news was there. We had some pretty good exposure from that, and you know, we basically saved the taxpayers a lot more money as well.
And so that's what in your books goes down as the Battle of Hanover.
Well, yeah, correct.
Do clients ask you for stories like this, where you've been able to help, you know, cities?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, more so I ask them for stories so I can get them in our industry publications, push their name as well as ours.
And our newsletters.
Yep, our newsletters as well. We have a monthly newsletter that I do along with Doug and our sales gentlemen, their input, that we put that out to all of our installers, tech support from Doug. It's very, very helpful.
Who are the prime customers that you go after? Is it communities? Is it cities?
Contractors and municipalities.
Contractors.
Yeah, local plumbers are interested in our product because they can go in and basically repair a pipe on the spot or maybe the next day without having to disrupt maybe the driveway, the landscaping, a garden, pavers,
Right.
whatever, a 60-year-old oak tree. These are things that we do not have to disrupt, and we can go in there, fix the pipe below those structures without having any inconvenience whatsoever.
And does this work? I mean, do you get as much usage for this for problems with homeowners who have, pipes that are breaking or so? Or in that situation, would you normally just go ahead and replace the pipe?
Absolutely. Homeowners are probably 80% of our residual.
Really?
Oh, yes.
No kidding, okay.
And the thing,
Because
too...
we're talking cities and organizations.
Yeah, well, you have your main lines, which we address those as well, but laterals, from the businesses, from the
Street
residential
into the
areas.
residence,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's a main core of our business, of course.
And you don't have to dig up the whole area to get to repair the pipe.
That's
And
correct.
That's the key?
That's correct. So the convenience factor, the time effectiveness, you're not bringing big machinery in
Right.
and destroying this property line. We're basically in and out of there within 5 or maybe even 6 hours, and there's no disruption whatever. We're not rerouting traffic, no inconvenience to the public. We're in and out of there, and nobody even knows that we're there.
And what about the cost factor? It's certainly, obviously, a lot less expensive than repairing a pipe.
That's correct.
I mean, it's saving a lot of money,
That's
whatever
correct.
the cost is.
Cost
it's a lot
effective
less.
and time effective.
Yeah, no question about that. Some of the other stories. Let me clue you into this. The Whitman Air Force Base, home of the B-2 bomber,
That's
right?
correct.
Kansas City.
That's correct.
Okay.
That was another pretty sizable project, actually. They were going into all the housing on base and basically starting over. As far as the military homes, as far as the schools, restaurants, everything on that base, they were going to restructure all of the infrastructure on this entire military base. So rather than digging, again, all of this, saving all the machinery coming in on base, labor that would cost the
Right,
base,
right.
we were able to go in there, and on a contract basis, we were able to go in, replace or reline all of the existing lateral lines, all the existing main lines, and save them a heck of a lot of money.
So they just did that essentially with all the pipes that were there?
That's correct. Every single house on that base was relined with our product.
No kidding. Wow. They're not taking any chances there.
Correct.
Right? Absolutely.
And not only does it act as a standalone pipe itself, we're also enhancing, if the existing pipe does still have some character remaining to it, some structure, if it's still somewhat of a sound pipe, we're still going to contribute to that as well. So it's sort of a preventative maintenance in some of those pipes that are still functionable.
Marina Towers in Chicago. I know you had a project there.
Yeah,
One other one.
another
right?
unique project. On the high-rise, 60, 70 stories high, right on the Chicago River, downtown Chicago, their roof drains were leaking every time it rained. This was causing an inconvenience to the penthouse owners in the top suites because the rainwater would literally infiltrate into their residence.
Their apartments.
The walls, the carpets, furniture, etc., cables, anything electronic, these were all at risk. So they had called our local installer there in Chicago and explained the problem to him, and we were able to, I was able to go up and assist them on this one because it was a major project.
Big job.
Yes, big job. So with that, we were able to reline these drain pipes without them having to basically destroy the roof. Salvaged Marina Towers, again, the cost effectiveness, the time effectiveness of having people 60, 70 stories high, and that's also a large risk. So.
And then the drain pipes were inside, hidden in the structure itself?
That's correct.
They weren't outside drain pipes?
No, they were actually in the concrete pillars that help hold the structure.
Right.
So you can't even access them anyway.
Yeah.
If you were to access them, you were going to have to go through 7, maybe 8 inches of concrete, and that would actually weaken the structure overall. So with us being able to reline, we were able to salvage that and then maintain no water
How do you do
infiltration
that?
into them.
What's the trick?
It's the air inversion. The liner's literally turned inside out with air propulsion. It's not pulled in, it's not inflated in with such as a string or something like that. The air literally blows it inside out. The analogy we kind of use for what we do, it's sort of a generic analogy. It's basically like pulling your sock off your foot. With the air behind it, it literally turns it inside out. So the PVC coating, which is on the outside of the liner, now is on the inside which is against your flow line,
Right.
and then the resin and the felt and the polyester, which are on the inside, are now against the outside, and that's what bonds to the pipe and seals it
And
up.
how long does it take to cure before water can flow again?
It's an ambient